Welcome back to some more Dwarf Fortress. So, due to, what time it is, early autumn, due to a lack of autosaves, I have been recording all of the episodes so far in a single sitting. So I think it's relatively close to time to get an actual save in here. I did not save after doing the initial digging or initial designation, so I'd very much like to get the save in before anything bad happens, crash-wise. So, in the previous episode we had our first two goblin thieves show up, so we need to get some sort of fortification set up. Best way of getting control of the area is throwing up some walls. So, let's go to build, construction, wall, and this is going to be some very, very low-tech walls. I'm going to use wooden planks. Apparently they're called wooden planks. Good to know. And build, construction, wall. Finish off the wooden planks. So that needs carpentry. Let's see, what would be good roles? So, do we have anyone who's good at carpentry? Is your labor? Surprisingly not much. So we're going to go ahead and commit that, and at the Carpenter's Workshop, we're going to add a profile and make sure that you are at least relatively knowledgeable with what you're doing before you actually start making anything. Less of a raw resource issue, more of a attempt to keep the quality of the fortress relatively even. Okay, this is good. Let's see, I need a couple of doors. Okay, and go ahead and reclaim those rocks. Okay, just having a look at what's actually going on. Strict buildings. Okay. Caravan. That is the yes, I know you're a merchant. Ah, excellent. So, our first dwarven caravan. Let's get the trade set up real quick. So, as we don't have any of our much needed containers yet, we're going to have to do this the old-fashioned way of hauling each one to the trade depot individually. Goods are being moved. We want to request the trader, and only the broker may trade. Excellent. So, trade good hauling is the new skill that is required. Let's go ahead and enable that on everyone. So, we are safe from ambush for a while. Quick check on what we need. Pretty desperately need food, drink, the usual. Any sort of cloth, be it leather, plant, or animal cloth. Silk would even be acceptable at this point. Actually, silk is probably needed at this point for the inevitable strange mood that should be hitting in the next episode or two. So the miners are almost legendary, which is good. And things are otherwise moving along nicely. Let's see, what is... It's a quiver. That's not right. Okay, do we have a trader yet? Yes, we do. Okay, nothing like full screen trading. Let's grab... This is our brand new trader. So let's go ahead and grab some steel bars. Broad green glass because it's cheap. let's see how much we have to trade with. Okay, so we have a little bit. Pigtail fiber rope, wool rope. Going to grab one of those. Bronze instruments. Giant cave spider venom. Ale barrel. Water buffalo giant. Dwarven syrup barrel. And usually the first trade is relatively dull. The good news is they have tons and tons of iron and steel available. The bad news is, of course, we can't afford any of it. Unlike in 3 to 4 years, when we're not going to be able to trade them fast enough. Wheat flour, cave wheat seeds, let's go and grab that. Even sugar bag. Actually a little bit expensive. Gypsum plaster. It comes in a bag. It's useful. Let's grab 2 of them. And now for the important part. Pigtail fiber cloth. Oh shit, they're not going to take that. Wool cloth, leather. Let me see if I can get a little bit more. Here we go, plump helmets. $800. Go. Okay, so we still do have a ton of mugs to be moved, which is a good thing. While the mugs are getting moved, build construction wall, and no look in the wood, logs yet. So, this is going to be a little bit on the dry side, unfortunately, as we're, again, waiting for things to be moved around. The other thing I'm going to do, just sort of as an option, is I might sell off the gems. Actually, do I have a gem? I do not have anyone who can cut gems. It's a little sad. actually, just to, just as an option, World Workshop, Chores Workshop, I know I can fit this workshop in here somewhere. Here we go. So the wooden wheelbarrows are finally finished. That should leave the blocks, chest left to go. Construction. See if we can get planks. I have a feeling that the wooden planks got changed. Do. Ah, apparently that got changed. Okie dokie. With that in mind, it always helps to read the instructions before you begin using. Actually, is there a significant difference? No, actually, well, there's no real significant difference in using wooden, I guess it would be wooden planks in this, as opposed to wooden, the actual logs. The way Dwarf Fortress tracks the items, even if something's, I think even if something's used in construction, it's still counted towards the log count in the inventory, which can be a little problematic here in about 15 episodes, when I go to check the log count and realize that 80% of said log count is actually in the fortification wall and is otherwise unusable, whereas if the wooden planks, well, of course they're in some building or construction or something somewhere. Still, the weight is reduced significantly, so you might as well do it, as it does help level up the carpenter skill. Oh look, more migrants. This could potentially be problematic. So we're going from 14, and we're already dumping FPS. What do you know? Okay. Read dwarves. And let's do this by migration wave. This is going to be a very heavily female-focused fortress. I think we have 15 females, 6 males. Okay, the merchants will be leaving soon. Crud. So, of course, we have a couple more days to get this trading done. Unfortunately, our trader, as usual, is eating. So you are... is your... well, you can cook. Our alternate broker. What I think I'm going to avoid doing this time is having all of the broker skill go into a single dwarf. I'm going to spread it around just a little bit. For the inevitability when your trader is deciding to take a nap, or rather have a snack, then a drink, then a nap, as you're desperately trying to get a trade conducted before, let's replace you with the cook. So, ideally, I would like to get this trade done. It's, in fact, going to happen. Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of trade. Let's see here, we have cheese. And a quick estimate for this. Cloth bin. And scale exotic leather. So they should be 120 each. We should be able to do this trade. There we go. And after that, let's go back to the trade once again and realize that we in fact do not have the appropriate skill. So, trader is no longer needed. Let's replace the temporary trader with skilled appraiser. There we go. So, now that the migration wave has fully arrived, we have another 6 dwarves joining us. Good news, of course, is that any work will be done very, very quickly at this point. So the wooden planks are done, and dump Okay, that is just in time. So, quick look at the fortress, sort of as it stands now. It's actually not good. So do we have this to hold? It can hold food. Okay. Build, plant, the farm plots. And, of course, the next item we need are add wood, a couple of nest boxes made from wood, and it's looking like it's going to be about as far as I can get with the farmers. Although, realistically, between the two of them, they should be able to pull off everything that we need to have pulled off as far as farming goes. So build, nest box, do we have a wood crafter? Yes, we do. That would be lower wood cutting. Okay. So build, nest box. We need to move no, it should actually need to be moved. Okay. So this is the last little bit of farming. I'm going to move the set pin pasture, hens, and roosters. Set down there. who does not have animal hauling skill, animal handling rather. And we now have the chickens, I believe they are, claiming the nest boxes, which is good. Okay, so with a rapidly dwindling supply of food, we do have pigtails, or clump helmets being produced in mass, and pigtails for the cloth industry that we're going to be needing to set up here relatively soon. So, extra food production, more extra food production, industrial cloth, or cloth production, rather, running low on food, alcohol, neither of which are good, running out of space, and we have a total of 21 dwarves. Luckily, they all seem to be relatively happy. Content, at least. Although they are complaining a bit about the rain. So, unfortunately, that will have to wrap up this episode. We do have the first trade caravan successfully traded with. The defensive wall is coming along nicely, although slower than I would like. The defensive, I would call it defensive pit, but more of the polite encouragement to fall to your doom area is coming along nicely. Most of it is dug out, and to about half of it is dug out. The half that is dug out still needs to be cleared. So, that will be for next time. While that is being dug out, though, I think I will be digging further along and getting the proper bedrooms set up, get that stuff moving as soon as possible, as unfortunately the dwarves, while they are content now, are probably not going to be staying that way for too much longer, especially once they all realize that we've run out of alcohol for them to drink. So, that will be for next time. So, until then, stay safe.